Hey guys, Coach Hunter here, following up again today with leg locks. So today we're actually going to get to the submissions, which I know everyone's been waiting for. The important thing to understand is what is legal where you're competing, okay? And I'll cover some of those options here, or like not in a ton of detail, but in some, okay? So it's important to understand that in every fighting organization, every jiu-jitsu tournament, they have a slightly different rule set. Okay, so you really pay attention to the rule set, and at least for a few weeks leading up to that competition, train only in that rule set so that you get used to it, you don't accidentally do something that's going to get you disqualified. And I think of all of the different techniques, leg locks are some of the most restricted, okay? So you have to understand what you're doing and what's legal, what's not, okay? So in IBJJF competition, which is one of the biggest competitive branches, really the only thing you're allowed to do is a straight Achilles lock, which we're going to get into today, up until a brown or black belt level. Okay, at that point you can toe hold a knee bar, but at no level, even black belt, can you heel hook. Okay, we'll talk about what those are in a second. Okay, in amateur fighting in MMA, all submissions are legal except the heel hook. So you can knee bar, you can toe hold right from the beginning. All that's legal. Okay, so something I came up doing was knee barring, toe holding, because it's legal at amateur fighting. And of course, the heel hook is reserved for pros because it is more dangerous. Okay, for your partner, for your opponent. And then there are other grappling tournaments that are a bit more progressive that allow other like types of submissions at different levels. So like Naga, for instance, allows heel hooks at the advanced and expert level. Okay. They allow other submissions at different levels as well. I think knee bars for intermediate as well, and toe holds. So, just really pay attention and see what you're doing, okay? And you have like EBI rules tournaments where all submissions are legal except for maybe slamming, okay? So guys, let's talk about that. One of the biggest lines of demarcation, bar your leg, go this way, is reaping, okay? So what is reaping? So reaping is anytime my leg forces my partner or my opponent's leg to turn inward. So your knee turns toward the other leg, okay? Or into her center line, okay? Really important. So my heel, when I'm in this position, can be on a straight line from her knee to her hip bone, to the center of her thigh basically, anywhere along here, that's fine. As soon as it goes past that, even if I'm not applying any real pressure inward, I can get called for reaping. So at some tournaments like IBJJF, if they call you for reaping, you are disqualified immediately, okay? So be very careful there, guys. I think it's really important that you keep your foot pressed into their hip or ribs and keep it there, okay? If they start messing with it and pulling it inward, right, I'm gonna let it go, right? Because there are people, I think it's like soccer flopping, it's really lame, who will grab your foot, pull it inward, and then be like, they're reaping, right? And they'll try to get you disqualified. It's really dumb. I'm pro reaping. At amateur MMA, reaping is allowed at all levels. So it doesn't matter. I can reap the crap out of her knee. It's cool, okay? So just understand that when you're doing this in the gym, I try to be very careful with my partner. And what's gonna happen here is that when I reap, it forces Mackenzie, it limits her movement. If she turns this way against her knee hard, she's gonna hurt her knee. If I provide like a solid resistance, right? She just can feel, she doesn't want to do that, right? No,
I know.
It feels bad. So she can turn that way, right? She can turn this way. If you were to roll, right? We can keep going this way. Okay, it's totally fine, what? Okay, and that's just fine for her. Awkward scoots. So if I'm in the gym and I'm reaping somebody and they start turning against my reap, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let them move. Okay, but I usually will stop them and say, hey, be very careful about that, okay? So guys, you can reap if I tell you can when we're training. If, I say, hey, you can reap and do heel hooks or whatever, then that's cool. Just make sure you're with someone who's also in that club, okay? Like, you can try to reap me, just let me know. Okay, if you intend to play with heel hooks, it's always positive consent every time. Okay, guys? Really important in fighting and in life. So,
consent is key, kids.
When I attacked her leg, okay, sometimes you can enter with this overhooked grip. Let's assume we didn't, okay? I'm gonna take my inside arm, the one that's inside of her business here, okay? I'm gonna go palm up, and I'm gonna reach behind her knee, okay? If she's ticklish, all the better, okay? I'm gonna push her knee away from me, but straight forward. I'm not gonna push it down out of the my business here, because I will need, in order to successfully attack her leg, I need her knee between my knees, like a line between my knees and my hips, my little basket here. This is my work area. I need her knee in here, okay? If her knee is out, like here, if I start trying to attack her leg, she's gonna be too flexible. She can move her hips to take pressure off of her leg. Especially when you get into heel hooking, that's gonna be very important. But even in the straight Achilles lock, this is key. So, I'm in nice and tight to her leg and her hip. I extend her knee away, and my hand will just slip in here. The other thing I'm gonna do is round my body and kind of hollow my belly, hollow my chest, so my hand has room. If I'm proud chest here, proud chest is good, it's good posture. But it's bad here because my hand can't fit between her calf and my body, especially all my corona weight, okay? So I get underneath, I curl, so my hand comes in here. Also notice that it's as close to her heel as possible. I'm not up here trying to choke her calf, trying to compress her calf, which if my partner has really sensitive calves, and some people do, you may tap to that, but is be very less likely to cause an injury, which at a high level competition, if Mackenzie's very, very motivated, she's only gonna tap if she believes that she's going to get injured. And while it might be uncomfortable for me to crank on her calf, it's not gonna hurt her, okay? And it's not going to injure them, okay? It's not gonna break the leg, okay? If I'm down here at the heel, now we can attack the ankle, which is much weaker than the middle of the calf, okay? And that is potentially an injury, okay? People will tap. So if everything is right, I should be able to get a tap here with only one hand, okay? Another important thing people get wrong, they put their hand at the start on their chest, and when they extend, their hand comes down to slide. So when I get my hand in here, it might glues itself or weld itself to me. So I get behind her knee, I extend, I hollow, my hand comes inside. I glue my hand to my chest, okay? My elbow pinches to my ribs. Sometimes I collapse forward to create that pinch of elbow to my hip. My hand, my wrist watch right now is on her Achilles. I'm gonna roll to my thumb blade. You can see the difference in her face. From here to here, yeah, it's different, okay? And then I'm not arching back. I'm extending my hips. Okay?
Not pleasant.
Bring my hips forward. My shoulders stay forward. I'm trying to touch my hips to my shoulders, or like forward. I don't know how else you want to put it. Okay? I'm not arching back. If I arch back, what tends to happen, my hand comes down, my shoulder comes away from her knee, right? And I get more likely to lose her foot, especially if you're slippery or sweaty. Okay? Now, you can finish people with this, but typically, if they don't have a really good sense of defense, okay? If they're tough, if they understand the movement really well, you're probably going to lose the leg rather than finish it. But if I say curled, my hands are together, and then of course I can get my hands together and reinforce this. It's going to help a lot. I'm going to just extend the hips and finish, okay? It hurts a lot, guys. So if you have a reluctant partner, feel free to get the setup. Just don't finish this if you think that they're like, I don't know, I guess I'll let you do this. Don't abuse it, you're gonna lose it, okay? So I extend, get to this thing, boom, I'm there. Boom. And then you can practice on your own without your partner's leg. Here, extend the hips, pushing my hips forward through. Okay? So guys, try it out. Or just do those movements like the drills. Watch this, get the mental reps in, think your way through it, okay? Really important to become a good shadow grappler as much as to become a good shadow boxer. All right, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you on the mats.